frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Come on, set, 94.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsay. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
From the 31, block. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. First carry for Royce Freeman. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how they'll out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set up this game.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Bravo! Check tight, check tight, check tight. 44 is the mic, 44 is the mic. Check.
From the 24, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Down. H.E. Gator. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Back up. Shoot.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's got a man. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Block now to throw. Letting one go deep for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drop.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. On second down now, it's Barber. He's going to have the first down past the 20.
Let's go.
I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, it's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on second and 6. Allen, and the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing is Allen on 3rd, being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Barber on 1st and 10. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
On the set. Mark 49. Stop your whining.
They fake the handoff, now lock. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shane Ray in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Royce Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bullet good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the final act came from Royce Freeman on the touchdown run. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession, and he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd and long, it's Allen escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And where the time has expired on the first quarter. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. He shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They look to throw. It's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Bills getting set to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Allen now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Barber. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
56 to Mike. 56.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, that's complete right around the 8. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he... cannot connect. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Airing it out for Hamilton. It got his man complete. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Deshaun Hamilton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Heading back out there, a look at Peyton Barber. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Throwing on first down is Allen. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, is that all?
Sets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Lock to throw on 2nd down. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Lock now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Mike, 49. Hey, let's get in that hole. There we go.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Left side here, that's the tight end Fant.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Oh, Barber loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Let's go!
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Barber. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there.
Look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Mike, 44.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie, and that's indeed the case because they went
to be searching for sack number 5. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past it. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
There we go.
Royce Freeman with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So naturally, they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Hey, exit. What we got?
On first down, Allen. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 6 there on first. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Locke to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And Oliver in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Lock now on first down. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Freeman. Well, that second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shane Ray in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Allen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Check 3, check 3. Switch.
Allen to throw once more. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Let's go.
And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Cortland Sutton is the man he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Locke will try again on 2nd down. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Locke now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Locke going to throw. Completes it to Fant on the right side. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Locke looks to throw it again. His throw incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And they take him down. The Bills get... to it.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Foster. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Allen. And that's complete to Croft. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle 3rd of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over. Allen and the Bills now. Down 24-21. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. And the grab by Croft. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
On first down, Barber. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nick Kwiatkowski in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Didn't handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
Now Allen. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah. What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
A fourth-quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. And it was the Patriots that wound up winners in that one. Tom Brady, unbelievable thus far. Would you believe 6 touchdown passes? The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. One-possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He's back to throw. This is the tight end Fant. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
He's got his tight end Fant. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
You better be afraid of me. Come.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Over the middle, complete. It's Hamilton. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
One final try for Locke. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that back, not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Buffalo,